Hi there, gorgeous! Hope you're having a fabulous day. Today's video is inspired by the video that I posted last week on Friday. I did a video on the Pantone Colors of the year, and it's my annual video that I do every year. I went through the drugstore, selected some products that fit the two colors, which are yellow and gray. So if you happen to miss that video, I'll have it linked for you below. But there were a few comments I noticed in the comments section asking, how do you incorporate this really bright yellow into your makeup looks? And so I started thinking about all of the tips and tricks that I have used in the past to make some of those harder to wear colors a little bit more wearable. And so that's what I'll be sharing with you here today. If you want to incorporate color in, but maybe you don't want it to be bold and stand out as much as another person might like for it to, I think you'll find these helpful. And by the way, I will be addressing my eyes a little bit later in the video because that is one of the tips that I do want to share with you as part of today's topic. But we'll start with one of the easiest ways that you can incorporate bright, bold colors into your makeup looks really easily, and that is to apply them onto the inner corners of the eyes. For each of the examples that I'm sharing with you in today's video, I did pull images off the web, so that's what I'll be showing you here to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. I wish I could have created all of this stuff on my own off camera. I just didn't have time to do it for this video, so forgive me for that. But some of the best colors that you can apply on the inner corners of the eyes are blues, turquoises, greens. I don't even know if turquoises is a word, but anyway, pink. Pink is one of those colors that really will help to brighten up the inner corners of the eyes. You can also use blush on the inner corners, and yellow. If you want to participate in the Pantone Color of the Year trend, yellow does look especially great when applied to the inner corners of the eyes. Another way that you can incorporate bright, bold pops of color into your looks is to apply a brightly colored eyeliner on the top of black eyeliner. And there's nothing saying that you can't wear eyeliner all by itself when it is really bold and colorful, because it is such a small space on the eye and it does have a great impact. But if you want to make it a little more wearable and take it down a little bit, putting it on top of the black eyeliner gives it a softer feel. Now, if there's a color that you really want to wear, but let's just say it's really too much for you and you've tried it before and it just doesn't sit right with your complexion, it doesn't give you the confidence that you had hoped that it would, think about it from the aspect of trying a different shade of it. So as an example, we'll use green. Let's say you've tried the emerald green jewel tones and they just don't look all that great on you. Try going with a pastel green. Try going with a deeper green. Try going with more of a mid-level green. Try all different kinds of shades of green. There are so many to choose from, but just changing the shade of the color that you're trying to wear can make a dramatic world of difference and make the look a lot more wearable. And not every color is going to work for every complexion and every skin tone, so keep that in mind too. Don't be hard on yourself if you try out a trending color, or maybe you saw a makeup look on a celebrity and you're like, I really want to try that, and then it just doesn't look that great. Just keep in mind, we're all different, which is what makes us so unique, and just go with what works for you. Keep trying until you do find that one color that resonates with your own personal skin tone and complexion and gives you the most confidence, because that is what makeup is all about. And you can see that in one of the pictures I just showed. Orange is one of those colors that is really hard to wear. I mean, I don't even really like wearing the bright oranges usually, but I find that if I change the shade of it a little bit, it does make it a little bit more wearable. And I love that picture of the woman wearing the really light orange on her eyes. That makes the orange a lot more wearable without it being too loud, too pronounced. Just like the tip that I shared earlier about applying pops of color on the inner corners of the eye, you can also do the same thing on the outer corners of your eyes. The only thing I would say is if you have what would be considered a wide set eye placement, then this would probably not be a good technique, because you're applying those bright colors on the outer corners of your eyes. It can make your eyes appear even further apart. And so I would say if your eyes are wide set, to stay away from that, but you could apply those bright pops of colors on the inner corners of your eyes, and that would make them appear a little bit closer together. The same is true of those with close set eyes. You wouldn't want to apply bright, bold pops of colors on the inner corners because it can make your eyes appear more narrow, but you could apply it to the outer corners of your eyes and it would look fantastic. Another really beautiful technique that you can try if you want to incorporate in a brighter, bolder shade to your makeup looks is gradient eyeliner. I love this image. This is such a beautiful way to do eyeliner. It uses a white and a blue, and you fade the two together on the lower waterline. And you can do this with a variety of different colors. It doesn't have to be blue. It could be green. It could be purple. It could be pink if you feel so inclined. It could be any color imaginable. Yellow would look great here too. But it's a small amount in a small area, and it makes your eyes pop amazingly well. All right, so let's talk about my eyes here today. I am going to be talking about this palette in a future video. I have a few palettes that are new that I'm going to be putting into a future video, so this will be in that video. So Alter Ego Cosmetics came out with 2 new palettes. The one that I use today is called Blooms, and I will have a mini tutorial coming up in that video on how you can get this look if you want to try it out for yourself. But this next tip is how to incorporate red tones into your makeup looks. Red is one of those colors that can be really, really hard to wear. It is. You can try it in all of the different ways that I mentioned up to this point in the video. Usually if I'm trying to incorporate it into a look and I don't want it to be as bold as what it is here today, I'll pop it onto the outer corners of the eyes, and it's just enough without being too overpowering in the look. But in the event that you do want to go all out and use, say, all pinks, all reds in a makeup look, and you really want a bold, fierce pop of color on the eyes, in my experience, using black eyeliner helps to break up the red. It almost creates a barrier between your eye and your lid so that your eyes don't look bloodshot. So what I usually do is I'll take a black eyeliner and I will go around the entire waterline. That's the upper waterline, the lower waterline, and this helps to stencil out the eye and make it stand out. And then I'll also do the same thing with a black eyeliner on the upper lash line. Again, further breaks up the look, keeps that red from hitting the whites of the eyes, and to me, it looks a lot more wearable like this. And so traditionally when you see me wearing red-based eyeshadows, you will see me wearing black eyeliner, or gray eyeliner works really well with this kind of a look too, to help break up all the red going on. Brown is another color that you can try using, but what I have found in the past when I try to use brown eyeliners with red-based eyeshadows, sometimes they can pull red themselves and then it kind of defeats the purpose of what you're trying to do. So blacks and grays usually are the best way to incorporate red into your look if you don't want it to be too red, or if you're concerned about looking sickly, or if you're afraid that your eyes are going to look bloodshot. Try it out. You might be surprised. This next tip comes from a friend of ours here on the channel, Jennifer King. I want to thank you in advance for sharing this tip with me. In the video that I did on Friday, I had shared a bunch of different yellow and gray makeup choices from the drugstore that you could try for the Pantone Colors of the Year. And I had this really vibrant gold lipstick from Wet n Wild. And it's crazy good. It's just one of those that you think to yourself, how am I going to wear this one on an everyday basis? And Jennifer had such an amazing suggestion. I wanted to share this with you. She said you could take a red lip and then apply a little bit of that gold lipstick on the center of the lips. And so I'll show you what that looks like here so you can see it up close. Such a genius tip. Thank you, Jennifer, for this one. She said she also had a client who would wear gold lip gloss with a red lip, and it was really stunning. I could see that working really well too. So don't discount these really vibrant lipsticks. And I've noticed that with other lipsticks too, that just look really crazy all by themselves. But when you mix them with other colors, it does help to make them a lot more wearable. And the last tip I have to share with you is one of the most simple ways to incorporate bright, bold colors into your looks, and that is mixing them with neutrals. Generally, if you can make the look appear rather neutral, but then have a bright, unexpected pop of color right in the middle of it, it does make a statement without being too much. And when I'm thinking of this, let's just take red as an example again. If you wanted to wear red eyeshadow, but you didn't want to have the look that I'm wearing today, because it's not for everyone, another way that you could do this is to do a completely neutral based eye and then take a little bit of that red and pop it directly into the center of the lid. So just like applying that bright, bold color onto the inner corners or the outer corners, the placement on the middle of the lid will help your eyes stand out without being too overpowering. And it doesn't have to be red. It could be any color imaginable. Yellow, turquoise, purple, pink, anything goes. Try it out, experiment, have fun, play around. I mean, that is what makeup is. It is nothing but art on your face. So if you've been wanting to incorporate more color into your looks, but you're not really sure how to go about doing it, I do hope that you found value in today's video. And if you have a tip that I didn't share here today, feel free to share yours below also. Would love to read them, and I know that others would too. Thank you for being here, for taking the time to watch, and look forward to seeing you again next time.